Friends, the much awaited GST Amnesty Scheme under Section 128 capital A and Rule 164 has been now notified with effect from 1st of November 2024. Very important are the procedures to be followed under the amnesty scheme, the forms to be filed, and most important is the timelines which need to be followed. In case either the officer or the taxpayers violate the timelines even by 1 day in certain cases, the disputes can arise under the amnesty scheme itself, and there can be consequences for both the officers as well as the taxpayers. So, two important dates to start with is 31st of January 2025, which is the last date of filing of the applications under the amnesty scheme, bearing certain applications which we will discuss going forward. Second is 31st of March 2025, which is the last date of making the payment for certain cases to go under the amnesty scheme. So, these two dates to start with are very important. A delay of even a single day, as I have said, can lead to disputes under the amnesty scheme. The next, and I feel the most important point to be noted in this amnesty scheme are three things. In case you have a 16(4) case in the same order for which you need to go for the amnesty scheme, then you need to call out the 16(4) or the ITC time barring period, and you need to get the order rectified accordingly to such an extent as specified in the other notification 22. Number 2, in case you have refund cases, or number 3, in case you have any other cases for other than the 3 financial years, then you need to get the appellate orders, get into appeals as soon as possible, and try to reduce the amounts as much as possible, because mind that in case of refunds or other assessment years for the same order for which you want to go into the amnesty scheme, you need to first pay the impugned amounts for refund and other financial years. Therefore, before going into the amnesty scheme for these 3 years for waiver of interest and penalty, you need to pay tax, interest and penalty on the refund issue and for other financial years. And as I said, it is therefore important that you get the said amounts reduced as much as possible. So, what are the procedures under this amnesty scheme? First, in case you have a show cause notice under section 73 for these 3 financial years, then as per section 128A 1 clause A, you have to file form SPL 01, call out the amounts under section 16(4) and make the payment before filing form SPL 01 in form DRC 03. Thereafter, attach the orders for withdrawal of cases in the matter of these SCNs filed in High Court in case any, and thereafter file form SPL 01. Now, in case you have an adjudication order or an appellate order under section 73 for these 3 years, that is 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, for which you want to go into the amnesty scheme, then again you need to call out the section 16(4), that is ITC time barring part from the order. Thereafter, pay the amount for tax, interest and penalty for the refund or any other assessment years which form a part of this order. Thereafter, you need to create a liability in the electronic liability ledger, and the amount has to be thereafter paid from the electronic liability ledger. Please do not make this mistake of making a payment through DRC3 in cases of adjudicating or appellate orders. In case you make this mistake under DRC 03 of making the payment, thereafter you have to go through the DRC 03A route. You might go through circular 224 of July 2024 to understand the DRC 3A route. And as in the case of SPL 01, you need to attach the withdrawal of the cases or the writs if you have gone against such orders for which you are now going into the amnesty scheme. Now, in case you do not get a withdrawal order from the High Court for the writs filed against such matters, you might attach a mere application which you have filed before the courts for withdrawal of the writs, and once you get the order for withdrawal, you might submit the order within 1 month from the date of the issuance of the withdrawal order. In case the officer finds certain defects or issues in form SPL 1 or SPL 2 as the case might be, then the officer might issue a show cause notice in form SPL 03 within 3 months of the application. As a taxpayer, you get 1 month from the date of the SPL 03 to file a reply to the show cause in form SPL 04. In case the officer is satisfied with your reply in form SPL 04, then within 3 months he might pass a conclusive order concluding the proceeding and accepting the application in form SPL 05. In case no SCN is issued at all, then this form SPL 05 should be passed within 4 months of the SPL 01 or SPL 02 date as the case might be. In case of no reply to the SCNs, while a conclusive accepting order may not be passed, but still in case for theory's sake it is to be passed, then it needs to be passed within 4 months of the SPL 1 or 2 as the case might be. Now, in case the officer does not or cannot adhere to the timelines as I have mentioned, then the applications for amnesty scheme would be deemed to be accepted. Similarly, if the taxpayers cannot adhere to the timelines, then there might be disputes under the amnesty scheme, and the amnesty scheme applications might be rejected. The rejection order would be passed under form SPL 07. Similarly, in case the show cause replies are not accepted, then the rejection order can be passed in form SPL 07. Now, what is the remedy? In case you get a form SPL 07, a rejection order, you might go to an appeal against the form SPL 07 to the first appellate authority under section 107 within 3 months of the order date. In case the appellate authority accepts the arguments of the taxpayer and accepts the application, then he might not remand back the case to the proper officer, but he might accept the application for amnesty scheme and pass an order accepting the application in form SPL 06. However, what in case the appellate authority passes an APL 04 rejecting the taxpayer's contention and accepting the proper officer's contention? Then the taxpayer might go to the GST appellate tribunal against the APL 04, or in case he does not wish to go to the appellate tribunal against the SPL or APL 04, then he might file an undertaking in form SPL 08, undertaking that he would not contest the appellate authority's order in form APL 04, and the initial order stage might be restored, and thereafter he might go to an appeal against the initial order in normal course under section 107. Again, as I have said, the timelines are very important in these cases, and therefore the taxpayers have to be very prompt and have to take imminent actions, because even a one-day delay might cause in rejection of the application. Now, what in case you have a section 74 order? As we have discussed in our other videos on this YouTube channel, we are discussing again, all doors are not closed for you. You might go into an appeal against such an order, and in case the appellate authority or the court feels or is of the opinion that section 74 is not applicable, it might direct the proper officer to pass an order in section 73, and against such order in section 73, within 6 months you might go into the amnesty scheme under section 128 capital A. So friends, it is very important to be prepared for this amnesty scheme from now, and first for industry would be to cull out the cases in which you need to go for this amnesty scheme. Prepare your cash flows so that cash flow is not an issue and you do not miss out on this amnesty scheme. Get the orders under 16(4) rectified and get the refunds and other years' orders which are combined with orders for these 3 financial years reduced or nullified to the best extent possible to take the benefits of this amnesty scheme in toto. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.